Hi, I'm Bella Trost. I am a Pure Elite Pro and welcome to Pure Elite TV. My first competition was in 2014, November, and I've been competing since, and I had 10 competitions. The last one was the Pure Elite Pro World Championship in November, which was like a few weeks ago. And yeah, that was my 10th competition, and I'm super proud because I have 6 first place from the 10. It was a weird story. I was in Ibiza and I kind of managed to destroy myself during the summer. And I was on the Facebook and I had a friend, I knew her from another place. And I saw a picture of her and she looked amazing, complete body transformation in beautiful bikini on stage. Straight away I wrote her, oh my, what you done is amazing. Like, you look amazing, the picture is beautiful. And she said that she started to do fitness and I should try as well. And I was like, how to try? I didn't know anything about fitness. So she started, you should try this federation, that federation. And she got me in touch with people because I literally didn't know anything how to prep for a competition or what to do. So she led me there, and my first competition was Miss Galaxy. I just went to a boot camp. I didn't know anything about stage walking, and my body was just not even close to look like a fitness girl. But I went to this boot camp and they said, you should try. We have a competition in, I don't know, like in 4 weeks. And that time I didn't prep with anyone. So I just started to run. I was like, I should, lose some weight. And I started to eat salad. I didn't know how to prep. And I just made a bikini for myself. And I had an evening on and I went, and that was my first competition. And I realized how unprepared I was. And I was like, okay, the next one is going to be better when I make it happen. So that was 2015. My next 2 competitions straight away after each other, Miami Pro and Pure Elite. And I had a very, very hard prep. I won both competitions, and that was how it started. The stage pictures, probably. I think it's just an amazing award when it's amazing to be on stage. It's amazing to get the trophy. It can be a very cool atmosphere behind the stage, and you meet like really cool people. But I think I just love when I open the folder when they're sending you over the stage photos, and you have amazing photos that you never could imagine that you could look like that, and that's your best. That's when you are in the best shape. And when you get amazing stage photos, I was like, okay, this one I can show for my grandchildren, and that's my memory about the whole thing. And I think it's just a really amazing thing when people asking what you do, and I can tell I'm competing, and I'm a pro, and it's something. I really feel good from that, and people look different at you. Really, what is that? You suddenly become very interesting. That's what I noticed. It feels amazing. It's always amazing to become first, and in my case, everything came very, very soon, very suddenly. So basically, I entered my first 2 competitions, and both of them I got the pro card. So for me, it was like, oh yeah, thank you. It was like I didn't even really realize that actually sometimes it's harder to get a pro card or something. But definitely it's a very good feeling that I'm a pro. After that you feel a little bit different. It's like you feel like you achieved something. So it's a very cool feeling. Go for it if you didn't get it yet. When you're competing for the first time, you don't know your body quite possibly and you just rely on your coach, relying on other people what telling you. And I do advise you to pay attention to your body still. I don't want to go to details, but I had a really, really hardcore time when I prepped myself for the first competition, because I blindly listened to others. And even when I realized that I had some problems, I just ignored them. I was like, no, probably this is how it should be, you know, diet-wise and everything. And I literally, I nearly died for my first competition because I really wanted to win. And I was like, okay, if that's what they say me, that's what I have to do. I do it, I did. And it's not necessarily was the best for me. In the end, I won, and it's amazing and it's good. But just try to stay sensible and make your best, but actually don't die for something. You know, if it's supposed to happen, it will. Just really go for it and try your best and listen to yourself. And if you're good enough, you will win. But one particular moment, I think in general, I'm a person who really likes being on stage. So, you know, when you step on stage, you prepping is not easy, competing is not easy, and you do struggle. Even when you get more experience and you're listening to your body and you're listening to your coach and everything, it's still a hard thing to do. It's not for everyone. It's very trying, and you really have to make an effort. But once you are on stage, it's all just, you forget about that, and you are on stage and you do what you love. And especially when you win something, it's just an incredible feeling, you know, that, okay, the hard work paid off. And I think it's just amazing. The fun part is when you see that your body is changing. I think that this is why people don't give up, because you're getting so obsessed with a certain look. And when you're watching your stage pictures, or you're watching other people's stage pictures, it's something like, I want to be like that. I still remember, like, when I started to do, after my first competition, I started to check all of these fitness magazines and everything. And I had a picture for long on my iPod with a lady with a very curvy ass, you know. And I was like, this is what I want. I was like, I have to work for this. I was like, I want to do this. And that was my fun part, when I wasn't born with an amazing body. And I remember once a very famous bodybuilder said in an interview, when you do something in this level, it's coming from a frustration. And I think it's so true, because I was always so concerned that my body is really not pretty. And I really wanted to be pretty. I really wanted to be brave enough to step on stage in a bikini and walk like a queen. And I got obsessed with the idea that actually I can do it. And when I started to see my body is changing, I was like, wow, this is amazing. So actually it can happen with me, you know? And that was the fun part. To reach that level is sometimes not that fun, because diet sometimes is really, really hard and trying. And maybe not in the beginning, but definitely depends how long you're prepping, and depends on lots of things. But definitely the last 3-4 weeks can be really, really tough, when you start to be a little bit impatient. You start to get this crazy weakness coming when your body fat is getting really low, and it does change your mood. You have up and downs, you have breakdowns, and you just have to keep going. So that's not the fun part. And now, because I've been competing for long, I know what's happening with me. But the first time when it was happening with me, I didn't know what was happening. I was just sitting and I couldn't move anymore. I didn't have energy, you know. I had these crazy mood swings. But then again, you just keep going and you're passing and you remember the good. Other fun part is the training in the beginning, when you really go in your little tunnel and the training has become amazing. You start to experience your own body. And you think before maybe, oh, I know how to train, but it's a very different level when you actually really start to focus on certain points on your body, and you start to understand how it works, and you start to maybe listen to your coach, your trainer, videos, and you start to internalize the whole thing. And for example, this is my last prep. I really, really enjoyed my training, like my lifting sessions. It's always like a little bit of pressure on during the day. Okay, I still have to do a lifting, and I know how much it will take out from me. But when I went to the gym, I was really in my zone, and that 1 hour was amazing because I really pushed myself to the limit and trying like what more I can do. And when you realize like you're putting another weight and more weight on your body, and you still can stand up and you still can do it, it somehow is very satisfying. And of course, in the training as well, you have the non-fun part, when in the end you're just really weak. You're really weak, and the last thing you want is to go there and lift something up. And you're still doing it. And sometimes morning cardios can be really like the last thing you want, wake up in the morning and you are it's like, oh my gosh, it's raining out there and it's 6 a.m. and I just really don't want to do it. And once you're doing it, and once you're done with it, I was like, you feel good, I did it. And I think it's again is a learning process, because in the beginning maybe they suggesting you something and this is what you should do, and you don't really know your body what is really suits for you, because that's the thing. Even if you have a style, during the day is having a competition bikini is something completely different. So now I absolutely know what I like. I like my dark purple and I like my green, and I remember my first bikini, someone told me like, you need a big push-up bikini. I was like, me? No way, I have boobs, I'm gonna be okay. And I don't say that I look bad on the first competition, but I was like, I would definitely not pick that. However, those are one of my favorite pictures, my first show. But definitely I go for a different style. And before I was really scared to have like very little bikini. I wanted to cover more. And I was like, yeah, I don't want anything here, it can be very small on the top. And because now I see my pictures, I know what suits me. And of course, everybody loves the blinky parts and everything. But yeah, just pick your favorite color and kind of you still have to have an idea what you like. The first show, it was something like really exciting, because I suffered so much for that first show. I had a very long prep, and I sacrificed everything for that. I literally cut my social life completely. I was so into it, and as I said, I really died for it basically. And that was my first time on stage in bikini, when I felt like I'm in bikini and I feel confident and it's amazing. Because before that, like, no way that you see me in bikini on the beach. I was always covering myself and everything. I had a problem with that. And that was, I was standing there and I was like, I just had the moment like, this is amazing, this is my body, and I really enjoyed it. And after, when you're competing that many times as I did, of course I feel a little bit more comfortable. I'm a little bit more confident. And the first time, I really thought, if I'm not going to win this, I'm going to die. You don't have any more that feeling. I was like, of course you go there, you want to win. You try your best. But you exactly know if you don't win, life will still go on. Of course, that would be the purpose, to win. But it was a funny feeling, because I really enjoyed this time, my prep. And I was confident, but when I was behind the stage, I saw the girls and I started, oh my gosh, the girls actually look really good, And I wasn't really sure anymore what's gonna be the outcome. But I just went on the stage and I did what I had to do, and I think I become more from a bikini girl to a bikini woman, a bikini diva. I love the atmosphere in the show. Somehow it's a very friendly show. That's what I find. This was my first show with Pure Elite, and the first two was like amazing, lots of fun, because I already know the girls behind the stage. We have like a little group. Those girls, they don't really compete anymore, but we had like a little group together, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere behind the stage. I realized that everything is going very smoothly. Like, the shows are so on time, and I really appreciate you to don't stress out, the competitors. So you really, and it's important. You're competing. Even if you're not like deadly nervous, but you still have a little nerve on you. So you know exactly when you go to stage, and you're letting us know really, really on time when you have to be behind the stage. no stressing about, you know, when you have your tan, when you have, everything is kind of like on time, so spread out really wisely and nicely during the day. And I think that's very important, to give that kind of comfortable space for the athletes. So I really like that. And I don't know, it's just like a friendly venue. Even Margate, I find, I mean, I don't know where else you have competitions, but I always go to Margate. Maybe you have another venue as well. And it's just an easy way. You go down there, you know the building, you know, I really like, actually, I think you changed the layout in the back, right? And I just like that we had space to practice, you know, the stage walk. I like that it was not overcrowded. Small things that you think is small thing, but actually when you're competing is not that small. You need to have that peace in your mind that, you know, basically you just have to pay attention to your show, to be present on the stage and give your best. First timer, definitely. And the reason why, because it's, that's what I feel, you treat us really good. And I think when someone is really unexperienced, it's good to have a friendly atmosphere. I think that's very important, because you're nervous, especially the first time. And it's good to be in good hands. Is as I said, it's good that you don't stress out the athletes, you know, behind the stage. Actually, lots of people are asking me if they should compete or not. And I always have to tell everyone it's not an easy thing. You really have to be focused. You really, let's say you do a 3-month prep, is pretty much that's gonna be your life. But I was like, give it a go. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not for you. But I think step on stage as a fitness model or like a bikini girl, or I think it's a pretty unique feeling. In general, I would say the personality, the title, that wherever I go in the world, I am Bella Trost and I'm a pro, and I'm a 5-time winner. You know, I had the trophy in my head 5 times in my life, and everybody can see the amazing pictures, and I do enjoy the knowledge what I have from it, and I do believe like more will come. You know, like it gave me incredible confidence from a little bit of ignorance. What I had, which is normal when you start, you don't know too much, so it's not a shame, it's just the way how it is. From ignorance, you develop yourself to confidence, and I think that's an amazing feeling. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.